What's going on, everybody? We are about probably close to a week into a cycle. So what I did was I moved over this entire bag of pond matrix from the 27-gallon tank, and I let it sit in there for about 48 hours. After that, I tested for ammonia. I was reading ammonia, it was 0.04, 0.08, somewhere in that frame. So what I ended up doing was, I still have some of the Dr. Tim's pure ammonia. So I dosed, not very much, probably 12, 15 drops of ammonia into the tank, just to add an ammonia source to it to bump up the parts per million just a little bit. So I haven't tested the tank in a couple of days. I'm going to pull out the Red Sea ammonia test kit, and I may even test for nitrites as well. I'm not going to test too much, just because whenever I set up the 27-gallon last year, I was testing a lot, and I ran through quite a bit of the ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate tests on the Red Sea test kit. And frankly, I don't want to buy anymore. I know I can spend less money and get the API test kits, but I really don't want to spend any more money than I have to on these test kits, because the only time I test for ammonia and nitrite are during a cycle. And you know, I don't cycle a tank every day, so I really don't need to have those on hand. And I think I've showed this on a previous video, but with these cheap sun pumps, I am getting the little rock pebbles settle in one place. So far so good. It's quite a bit of pot matrix that I have in the sump here. So everything's on the up and up. Haven't had any mishaps with the pump. This auto top off container is a pain in my neck. It's a good idea, but ultimately I'm filling this thing up every 2 days. So I'm getting, I think it's a 2-gallon reservoir or something like that. So I'm evaporating quite a bit of water. This is by no means going to stay here. I'm definitely not going to be filling this thing up every day or every other day. And I like to keep an eye on it, so I do check on it every day. I want to see where the level is. I just want to make sure that the salinity stays exactly where it's at, which it's at 0.025, and that's where it stayed, and that's where I want to keep it. So I'm definitely keeping the top off water in there, and we're on our way, folks. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll be a little bit closer. At this point, I'm a few weeks into the cycle, and you can see here on the top of the overflow box we have some Dr. Tim's. It's ammonia. As I mentioned earlier, the pond matrix in the sump, I went ahead and dosed the ammonia up to 2 parts per million in the tank, and I did add the Marine Pure block into the tank. So the good news is we're completely cycled, and what I'm going to attribute the fast cycle to, and I say fast because the first reef tank that I cycled took months to complete, but what I'm going to attribute this to is the product called Spira. I believe I said that correctly. So I tested my water on Monday, and it was October 22nd, something like that, and my ammonia levels were still pretty high. I ordered the Spira off Amazon and received it on Monday. I dumped the big bottle, which treats, I believe, up to 75 gallons, into the tank. I tested yesterday, which was Wednesday the 25th, October 25th, and my nitrites were up. I did not test for nitrates at that moment, but I went ahead and tested for ammonia and nitrites, and the ammonia was completely gone and the nitrites were pretty high. So today is Thursday, October 26th, and I just tested the water, and my nitrites are nearly all the way gone, and my nitrates are at I believe it was like 10 parts per million. So normally I would not be spreading the word or speaking highly of bacteria in a bottle, but in this very instance it did cycle this tank. No doubt in my mind that the ammonia was very high on Monday, and I would say this is going to be a disclaimer. I will say that the Biospira did help with the cycle of this tank. What also helped was the pond matrix, and quite frankly the marine pure block may have attributed to the cycle. So a combination of things went on, and ultimately I mean, we're cycled, so that's awesome. I'm looking forward to shutting the 20 gallon down and moving everything over into the Reefer. And as I mentioned, it's October 26th, and this is my nitrate and nitrate tests. Nitrite over here on the right. And basically this test yesterday was pretty high. This test I didn't do yesterday, but I'm going to give it a few more days and let this run its course. And that's it, folks. I did seed the tank, so I will say that that did benefit the overall setup and cycle of this aquarium. But I will say that the marine pure block, I can't say if it had anything to do with it as far as being a positive effect on the cycle itself. But I strongly believe that the Biospira did help out with cycling this this Reefer. So to conclude this video, do a ton of research, folks, whenever you're going to cycle any fish tank. You can do fish cycle. I've never done that. I've always done it with ammonia. Look up the Dr. Tim's ammonia. It's like $2. I think you can get it on Amazon. It's like $5 on Amazon, but on Dr. Foster's and Smith, it's like $2. Of course, you're going to pay for shipping. If you're going to cycle with dry rock, I highly suggest the pure ammonia method. If you can seed it with material out of a known tank that doesn't have any pests, and it's really hard to come by, I think, in my opinion anyway, or you can seed it from a piece of your existing tank, then by all means. But dose it up to 2 parts per million ammonia, wait it out, and if it was me, and the next time I cycle a tank, I'll be using Biospira again. So once again, I appreciate everyone watching and following along on this process. We're really close now, and I know I've said that for the past couple videos, but I'm really looking forward to getting the 20 shut down and getting this tank set up completely and starting to buy livestock instead of hardware and waiting for it to cycle. So I appreciate you watching and taking the time to follow me along on this journey. Be sure to turn on the post notifications, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.